Hey guys, welcome to Sippin and Spillin with
Hola.
Sid
And Mike.
and Mike. And it's raining right now. We're supposed to get some. They're calling it a hydrologic situation or something like that. Which
Yeah.
who knew that was a weather thing?
It's rain.
Yeah, and for those of you, I don't know how it's going to sound. I tested it some, but this is the first time we're testing it, like actually filming a video that we're using. We got some new microphones for when we're filming certain things, so I'm trying it on a Sippin' and Spillin' first. You guys are guinea pigs.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's working okay. If not, we will have to figure out a plan B or scrap it all together, but I think it'll work.
No, I think we should just do a voiceover talking about something totally different than what we actually talked about today.
Like a poorly dubbed karate film or something.
Yeah. It's usually a kung fu film.
Yeah. We could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember those? Who remembers those martial arts films from the 80s when I was a kid or youngster, and they had it was like, you want to fight? Fight me.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah, I love those.
I think that's the same reason why some of the shows, it'll be like, oh, this show looks good. It's ranked #1 on Netflix or something. And we'll sit down to watch it. And then instantly when I see it's dubbed, I'm like, I can't watch it. We instantly have
I don't mind good dubbing.
It really bothers me.
But
like, I rather read the subtitles.
I was going to say, I'd rather it just be subtitled. Yeah. And
I'd rather
let them speak in another tongue.
Because the voice never matches the actor, right? It's always weird. Right. It's like, who did the voice casting? Because I disagree.
Sometimes it's like you got this, this manly man doing some manly man thing, and then the voice cast for him is like, well, let me tell you right now, what we're going to do is we're going to stop it.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to quite fit. But we had a good week, guys. Like a good weekend, I guess, since we last saw you last Friday. We got some stuff done around here. We officially broke ground on the chicken coop. And I guess I can't say we because I didn't
do a thing.
I didn't participate in that evolution, not because I was not doing something. I was working on something else. But we got a little bit behind in our filming. Sometimes it's hard. If I want to be able to have Frankie and Mike in a video, I have to basically film it on Saturday. And when we put out videos on Fridays and Sundays. So if I want a video for Sunday, I have to film it with them on Saturday and quickly turn it around that day. So,
well, and usually stuff that we film like later on Saturday and on Sunday, it's easy for her to have that video ready
for
Friday because she got plenty of time. Then we don't have something filmed and ready for Sunday.
And we just haven't gotten to a point where we've been able to get a little bit ahead on that so that I'm able to participate more in some of this. So I'm hoping in the next few weeks.
Well, for me, it's so hard to film that far in advance because of relevance. It's like.
Well, yes, but we kind of have to. Otherwise, I can't edit and have the video ready and be out there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just like I can't.
It's a struggle because
be in all places at one time.
What you're doing right now is relevant to right now, not a lot of times, like in the spring, when you're doing planting videos, you kind of need to post those videos.
Yeah, but if I was a week ahead.
A week's not bad.
Like a week and on the building stuff, I could be 2 weeks ahead. And it would be okay because they're not going to know if it's, we'll stay on Sippin' and Spillin' like, oh yeah, where Frankie's got some friends over right now. I'm going to take them to youth group in a little bit. So the dogs are
There's like screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, they're yelling and watching TV and hanging out in there before they go to youth group. So the dogs are, of course, reacting. So anyway, hopefully we can get a little bit further ahead on that. But yeah, they got a lot done. Frankie was a beast out there this weekend.
Yeah, she was. We got up, some lumber and some concrete delivered. I really kind of redesigned what I was going to do for the chicken coop. Since this is Sippin' and Spillin', I'll spill a little bit of it. I was originally looking at doing like a concrete footer all the way around and putting J-bolts in and then doing like, stick construction, like I'm building a house on top of that. That was my initial design for this chicken coop. And that's just for the perimeter, which also includes the run, right? And the idea was trying to keep predators out, but you know, as time went by, and I'm trying to coordinate and plan getting this trench dug, and then having to call I'm gonna need like 5 yards of concrete, and having a truck come out and putting some forms, and it's too much for a chicken coop. So Frankie and I dug some post holes, and we set some 4x4s in the ground.
Now they're still going to sink some wire down and stuff so that
Yeah.
nobody can dig underneath. It's just not going to be this big concrete footing around the base like we originally thought. We just are shifting a few things just to make it a little more cost effective and run a little bit more smoothly with materials that we can get our hands on easily.
I mean, look, I don't want birds to die from predators. However, in the end, this is a business, and
it can't be a $20,000 chicken coop. Right. That was what it came down to.
Return on investment. Yeah. For
it was getting turning into like a dozen eggs a day. Build. Yeah.
It was going to be a 20-year return on investment.
Yeah.
So that's just not. It's not happening.
But we're gonna do some things that I think are smart for the layout of the coop and for keeping them safe and keeping it, a good strong build. I think that you've got some good ideas and things that we've learned just from the past coop that we built at our old house. I think that we'll be good. I think I'll be happy with it.
If you're not, you're gonna learn to love it.
That's accurate.
Because it's permanent. Yeah. So we got.
That's true.
Frankie got some good lessons in how to lay out a square, and how to dig post holes by hand with post hole diggers, mixing concrete, which she's done before. Plumbing these posts up, and we got the 4 corner posts in, which is really the hardest part. And then we borrowed an implement from a neighbor to dig the rest of the posts, which you'll see in the video. Game changer.
Yeah, went a lot faster.
Holy moly.
And I feel like I got some good footage of that, of you guys running it. So we'll see. We'll see how that video comes together. But that'll be out on Friday. That'll be Friday's video. Will be the part 1 of the chicken coop build, which is basically going to be, mapping it out and
getting those 4 corner posts
in and digging. Yeah.
And then depending on the weather,
which is not looking good this week.
The weather this week's not looking good. Yeah. We still have about 8 or 10 posts to set in concrete. Mm-hmm. So we'll need to get that done before we can really start, the next phase. Right.
Plus, we've got some town events and like 3 church events this week. So we've got stuff like every day after work. So
yeah.
It's a little bit of, so it's kind of good that the weather's bad this week because we had other stuff that we kind of needed to be doing anyway. So it's fine.
Right.
I'm going to say it's fine.
I don't know when we're going to deer hunt. We got to figure out how to squeeze that in too.
Yeah.
Well, Frankie may have to call in sick.
That was another thing they did yesterday was they went again, put a few rounds through, and she nailed it.
Yeah, she's tightening her group up. So she's feeling pretty good about it. She wanted to shoot. I asked her yesterday after she shot. I mean, you could lay a quarter on top. You could lay a silver dollar on top of a group at 100 yards, and that's good. That's good shooting. And so I told her, I was like, Frankie, we can hunt tomorrow, if you want. And she was like, you know what? Let's shoot tomorrow. If I shoot one more time like this, then I can eliminate whether or not I'm going to shoot where I want to shoot from the equation, because there's a lot of other things to think about too. About the distance of the animal. Is the animal quartering away or towards, or is it a good broadside shot? Or there's a lot of things to think about, and she doesn't want to have to think about, can I shoot straight? So she just wanted to shoot one more day and shoot as good as she shot yesterday. Well, then we didn't get to shoot today because we found out that we had an implement available to us from a neighbor. It happened today, and we were out there on the tractor digging post holes, and the day got away from us. So, but it is what it is. We'll one of these days this week, before dark, when she gets home from school, it won't be raining, and we'll be able to shoot. And then
You might be
We'll
able to
hunt
do it
next
like
weekend.
Thursday, and then you could go
Yeah.
Friday or
And then
Saturday.
while we're out there working, people talking, tractors, kids on four-wheelers. Buck runs out about 200 yards from us and runs across the pasture.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just ran.
come on.
They're not skittish. Like, I
No.
know a lot of people have been like, oh my gosh, don't drive out into the pasture and don't do this and don't do that. These deer, I have driven right up to them and they just stand there. They're
If you scare them off,
yeah,
they're back in an hour.
yeah, they're not. They're like, oh, we live here and so do you. They're just, they just know what's up and they don't care. So it's not a big deal.
Well, these deer haven't been shot at much yet either,
Well,
apparently.
that's true.
You know, so
Yeah, that's true. I haven't heard a whole lot of shots fired out here. A few, but not a lot.
Not hunting. And there's not a lot of hunting pressure here right near us that I know of.
Yeah.
I know one of our neighbors hunts, but he doesn't hunt right here.
Maybe there's like a ton of bow hunters because I don't hear the guns going off like one time and then nothing.
It's rifle season now.
Yeah.
I know a neighbor on the west of us was working on deer plots. We could hear them through the woods, cutting some lanes and doing some kind of tractor work. And I could hear him screaming, "The deer come through over there. Lay these trees that way." I could hear them yelling. So I'm like, oh man, they're setting up deer plots like
right next to your deer plot, like basically on the other side.
100 yards from my deer plot, probably. But whatever.
Whatever.
Hey, look, you know, you don't own the deer. For all I know, they're going to bring deer in that wind up coming over to my plot or vice versa. Just is what it is.
Yeah. There's plenty to go around. There's no shortage of deer in Mississippi. That's definitely,
no.
You know,
I could have put a deer in it, maybe a doe, but I could have put deer meat in the freezer any day since deer season opened.
Yeah.
In fact, this morning I woke up, I was like, bing! I woke up at 4:30 this morning and I was wide awake staring at the ceiling. I thought, man. So I got up, got me a glass of water, went and checked my email, and I was like, man, it's like an hour and a half till sunrise. I could grab the rifle and walk out the back door, go 200 yards, 300 yards, and sit there for an hour and kill a deer.
Well, after Frankie gets hers and we're satisfied that we have enough meat to last us through the year, if Ryan doesn't get one, Beth wants some deer meat. So I told her, well,
Ryan's going deer hunting like next week.
Yeah, but she said if because he wasn't going to, but I guess that's a new thing. I had told her if he doesn't want to go hunting, but I guess he is going hunting. But anyway, she wants deer meat if she doesn't get provided some deer meat. So that gives you an excuse to go hunting, even if we get enough meat.
I'll make her a deal. I get to kill it on her land. That way I'm not taking any more of the deer off my land, and I'm potentially
she won't care.
Potentially get, because they got, you know, a couple hundred acres of good land over there that probably has some nice deer on it.
I'm sure she wouldn't care. She just wants deer meat for her freezer. That's all.
If it's a big buck.
And Ryan can
meat.
hunt, but he doesn't like enjoy it.
Hey, he doesn't really like to hunt. He can shoot.
And she was complaining because she was like, I got a bunch from somebody else like last year, but now we're out and I need to find somebody to give me more deer meat. And I was like, well, I'm sure Mike would be happy to whack a deer for you and be like, here, you know.
The question is, who's going to help me skin it and butcher it?
She's got 2 kids and we have 1. There's your helpers.
Yeah.
If they want to eat, they'll help.
Not one of those people you just mentioned knows how to skin a deer yet. Well, so now it just turned into a class.
Well, I don't know well, make Ryan help you. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure he knows how to skin a deer.
Well, I know he does. That's what I'm saying. Have Ryan help you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of deer around here. For show.
Yeah, no shortage. Yeah.
So what else are we talking about today?
Well, I'm excited. I'm going to make a big giant vat of chicken soup. A vat of chicken soup.
If you just said whiskey.
Well, so tomorrow, which I guess for you guys is tonight, is the big Christmas bunko party that my friend Beth is hosting. So I got invited to that. And I thought about, because I had taken some really cute pictures of bunko, and I thought about getting one printed and framing it, because you have to bring a gift. And he was going to be like the little kitty mascot because it was so funny that night. Anyway, that's, for those of you who don't know, that's how I got Mr. Bunko, is I won him in a bunko game.
By losing.
I was the loser of the team there.
Whoever loses takes his cat.
Yeah. But he's the coolest cat. Like, He's just awesome. Anyway, he just like hangs out. Like he's just cool. And he catches his fair share of little garden critters, that's for sure.
Oh, he's got energy.
Yeah.
He's out
Yeah.
there trying to just, trying to catch whatever.
Yeah. And he just comes running. He'll be way on the other side. And as long as he's within earshot and can hear you, he will come tearing back to the house to you when you call him. But anyway, so we got that tomorrow. So I got to make an appetizer for that, which I think I'm doing simple. I think I'm going to keep it healthy and simple and just do a veggie tray. And then Tuesday, I got in the afternoon. I'm bringing over a big giant roasting pot that we have that's pretty deep, I would say.
Of chicken soup?
Of chicken soup.
Yeah.
Because they want as much soup as you can make.
Right.
So,
well, yeah, because there's no telling how many people.
Yeah.
They're setting this up at the church, which is right on the street where the fair or the parade comes through.
Yeah.
And just anybody on the street can come into the church
and get some warm soup.
Get a warm cup of soup and hang out for a minute out of the cold.
Yeah.
And then go back outside.
And the rain, because it's supposed to rain.
Ain't no telling how.
Parade, so we'll see.
How many? I think there's quite a few people bringing.
Yeah, Miss Betty was asking
soup.
for gallons, like make gallons of soup. So I'm making gallons of soup.
I mean, how big is that big roasting pot? It's got to be.
It's got to hold a couple gallons, I would imagine.
I did 16 quarts of stock in it.
Oh, you did 16 quarts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's 4 gallons.
Yeah. So I'm making a lot of soup. Yeah. So, but that's fine. I'm good with that. So I got 2 whole chickens I'm going to use, and then I got a couple chicken breasts that I'm going to throw in there, because that's what makes the stock. Is I cook it with that, the onions and the celery and the carrots, and then I pull the meat out and take it off the bone, and then I'll do the noodles separately and add those at the end, right before we serve it. But I got to be down there at like 2 o'clock to help set up and bring the soup in and help Miss Betty with whatever she needs help with. So.
You're going to be power to plug that pot in and keep it warm?
Yeah, there's a whole big like cafeteria, kitchen, and family. Have you been in the Family Life Center on that side? I don't know if
not
you've
into the kitchen. I've only been into that big main room.
Okay, so yeah, there's a big.
But I haven't been in the kitchen.
Yeah, there's like a big kitchen in there, and then there's outlets everywhere, so I can plug it in and put it on the lowest temperature.
That doesn't really face the main drag, though.
No. The doors do. The doors, you know where they usually park the van? It opens up out onto the street.
Right.
So that's where.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
I believe you.
It's a true story. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. It'll be, a fun little town/church thing. And then Wednesday I got to make a big thing of potatoes because it's the church family dinner, Christmas dinner thing. So.
I have to say, sorry, I'm tired. It's usually hurry on in the evenings, but I woke up too early this morning. I have to say that when you're digging post holes with a post hole digger, and then somebody hooks a PTO driven auger up to the back of your tractor, and you punch a hole with that thing, it's a game changer. Like, game changer. I need one of those. I want one of those.
I bet you Ross will let you borrow that.
However, the one that I borrowed lives next door to us. I could probably borrow it again if I need it. Almost any
time you needed it, probably.
But man, it makes you feel like a superhero.
Yeah, he said the last time he used it was a year ago, so it's not like it's one that he uses like daily.
You feel like Superman when you punch a 9-inch diameter, 2-foot deep hole in the ground in like no time.
Yeah, Superman used to just drill himself and then drill back out.
Yeah, that'd be a much bigger hole than what we need for
a
fence. But there'd be a lot of concrete you'd have to put in there.
Yeah.
So talk about hurricane force, like withstanding though.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of concrete. A lot of concrete. It would be.
Tornadoes would come through and tear the house up one day, not touch the chicken coop.
Hey, that'd be all right. You can go.
There's 50 yards of concrete holding those posts down.
Yeah, all the concrete. How much concrete do you use? All the concrete.
Yeah, they're bringing it in from 3 counties.
Yeah. Not quite.
No.
Yeah.
But I do like force multipliers. I do. When you can get a piece of equipment to make the job easier for you, not just easier, but like overall more efficient and easier. That's huge.
Yeah, because then it's going to be, once we get this done and settled, and then it's going to be, you're going to probably want to focus on building out your garden a little bit more. And then
A lot of work to do in the
we got to
garden,
start thinking about the barn.
right?
Well, fencing, barn.
Fencing. The
Yeah.
fencing needs to happen really soon.
Yeah, the fencing probably actually is going to happen before the garden, because there's going to be a gap in time.
And
there.
honestly, you know, now that I've used this post hole digger on the back of the truck, you know, what we may do is all that fencing that we walked, I may kind of rewatch that footage and go back and split some of those long runs up and put a couple of posts in the middle of that long run, like wooden posts with maybe like 2 wooden posts and an H bracket between them, so that I can really like stretch off of that. I don't know. I just like digging holes with that thing. Might redo some of the corner posts.
It makes me nervous that he wants to dig all these holes. I feel like I might just disappear, guys. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's some days that I think that you think about it. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that
if you're
one.
ever watching Dateline and you see my picture, just know he likes to dig holes. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
45 acres.
I'm on that
Start
now.
looking.
Oh, and our neighbor has a hog farm. True story. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We hope you had a blessed weekend. We hope you have a blessed week, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for joining us.